Magandang umaga. Nandito po tayo ngayon sa Supreme Court at ilang oras lamang ang nakararaan, naglabas na ito ng formal na pahayag ukol sa pagretiro ni Chief Justice Renato Puno sa susunod na taon sa kabila ng nalalapit na presidential elections. Sino nga ba ang may kakayahan na pumili ng hahalin sa bagong Supreme Court Justice? Abangan ng mga detalye mamaya sa News Frontline.
Natapos na ang JBC meeting natin. Pero sobrang abala pa rin. Dami ko pang backlog na kaso.
Aba sir, sanay naman ako siguro kayo. Nung college pa lang sa UP, marami na akong ginagawa. Balita ko, naging partido kayo ng kuli.
Ah, yes. The good old days. Kamusta na kaya ang kuli ngayon, Matchas?
Siguro sir, critical pa rin sa administrasyon. Alam mo na, UP, Tibista, proud scholar ng bayan din to.
Ba, nakakatawa nga naman isipin, Matchas, no? Dati party tayo na pumupula sa gobyerno. Aba, ngayon, nasa gobyerno na tayo.
We've had all struggles in life, sir. Alam mo na, marami nagbago. Gano'n na ako kayo pala kayo tagal sa office?
Almost 40 years na rin, Matchas. Nagsimula ako sa OSG. Then, naging justice ako sa CA. Then, sa executive, as a DOJ secretary. Then, balik na naman sa CA. And now, I'm finally here. I'm one of the justices of the Supreme Court. And you, Matchas?
Second consecutive term ko na, sir. Sa awa ng Diyos, kung papala rin, last term ko na, next year.
Ako, Matchas, sa tagal ko dito, I'm proud to say, sa isusunod na taon, magre-retiro na ako.
So, congratulations are in order, sir.
Salamat, Matchas! Finally, makakasama ko na rin ang aking minamahal na asawang si Minda.
Ano nga po pala next year, sir? Kailangan na mag-appoint ng bagong Chief Justice ni President Arroyo. Hindi ba tayo sakop sa election ban?
Matchas! We're not only not prohibited, we're mandated to nominate.
So, sir, kailangan na natin magsimula ng nomination process para maipasa na kay President Lore yung magiging nominees.
Yes, Matchas, we cannot afford a vacancy in the position of Chief Justice.
Rightly so, sir. Kailangan fully functioning Supreme Court. I shall definitely write for the JBC.
Don't let me stop you, Matchas. Off you go then.
Oh, ano? Musta? Musta? Puka. Anong balita sa akin? Narinig mo na ba yung bagong issue ngayon? Oo, napakasimple niyan ha. Ako medyo nakakasar. Ano bang kasi mo palagay? Kahit ordinaryong tao, alam ko anong gagawin dyan eh. Yun nga di ba noong 1998 Supreme Court na rin nagsabi, pati na the ban is covering the judiciary as well.
Pare, pasimple na natin. Constitution pa lang sinasabi na, di ba? Within 90 days, the President shall fill the vacancy of the Supreme Court Justice.
Yun nga, ba't baka ba na dati GMA nun, di ba?
Ito nga yung sinasabi ko sa'yo, we should ram this bago pa makuha ng iba yan.
Let's raise that point.
Yes, mamaya, pag sa deliberation, sabihin na natin yan.
Okay.
President, good evening.
Adias, good to see you. Kumusta naman ang mga tao?
Okay naman po. Galing na sa outreach program sa may ATOC. Kung anong nag-enjoy yung mga kabataan, pati mga magulang nila.
Good. I hope things are going well on your end.
Yes, Madam President. Para saan ka maging magkapartido tayo? Ako nang bahala.
And CJ is on board?
Yes, ma'am.
Sige, salamat. I won't ask any further.
By the power vested in me, by the Republic of the Philippines, Supreme Court, and the Judicial and Bar Council, I hereby open these deliberations. Councilman De Mayuga, would you like to make the opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. In fact, as you could see in the Annex A of the papers I sent you, there are 6 steps which I would like to raise in this deliberation. And that's the first one is announcement of the position of the Chief Justice, which is to be vacant. Second is the deliberation on these applications. Third is publication of the list of all applicants in the major newspaper within 15 days. Fourth is the publication of the finalized names of applicants along with the interview schedule. Fifth is holding of public interviews. And the sixth and the last is preparation of the short list. Only when the 6 steps is completed, then we could discuss the proper time to submit the short list to the president on who we would appoint as the new Chief Justice.
Your Honor, before we proceed, may I raise a point in issue?
Proceed, Councilman.
Your Honor, may I remind our fellow council members to be transparent on our voting. The Supreme Court has not yet passed any decisions with regard to such matters. May I remind you, please, vote with the most.
Your Honor, I think the councilman would like to say honesty. With the complete honesty.
Then, Councilman, would you like to proceed to a vote?
Yes. I.
Okay. Who wants to vote in favor of the motion? Please raise your hands. Okay. Motion to split the process carried.
Hello?
Hello? Oh.
Narinig niyo na ba yung news?
Oh.
Nag-open na ng application for nomination ng JBC for new Chief Justice.
Pwede ba nila gawin to? Di ba mag-election na? Sige. Sige. Sige.
With the upcoming retirement of Chief Justice Renato Puno on May 17, 2010, and the presidential elections on May 10, 2010, we are faced with this question. Is President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo allowed to appoint a new Chief Justice under the said circumstances? I am Jen Toralba, and welcome to the Legal Aid. Tonight, we are joined by some guests coming from several entities who have raised the stake on this issue. From the affirmative, we have Congressman Matias Defensor from the Judicial and Bar Council. Welcome, Congressman. With him is Attorney Beatrice Saul, representing the Office of the Solicitor General. While for the negative side, we have Mr. Fernan Magcanlas from the Philippine Constitution Association. And lastly, we have Mr. Arturo De Castro as a concerned citizen. So welcome to all of you. So Congressman Defensor, why did you initiate the JBC to provide the President the list of nominations for a new Chief Justice?
Of course, the task of the JBC is to secure that the Supreme Court is fully functional. And so we proceeded to the list of nominees provided to the President, Arroyo, for the appointment of the next Chief Justice of the Supreme Court.
So you think that you are obliged to provide her rather, sorry. So I believe the OSG affirms this opinion of the JBC. Could you expand on this?
Yes. It has to be noted that even in the time of Tihaniki in 1988 up to the time of Chief Justice Puno in 2006, there has been no vacuum in the position of Chief Justice in our Supreme Court. It has to be noted that the Supreme Court is composed of 1 Chief Justice and 14 Associate Justices, and that the prohibition in the appointments are only in the executive department, which would affect the election, and that anyway the paramount public interest shall justify the prohibition or the appointment in the time of the ban.
So you're saying that the President must really appoint a new Chief Justice even though there's an upcoming presidential election. So what can the PhilConsa say about this?
It is written in the Constitution that 2 months preceding the next presidential elections, or until the end of the term of any president, he is not allowed to appoint because that would result to a midnight appointment. So, in that, it will prejudice the incoming president.
So is there any Supreme Court ruling having the same circumstances?
In a 1998 case decided by the Supreme Court, the appointment of the 2 RTC judges are unconstitutional because the president is banned. The president is banned from appointing during the election ban, and the Supreme Court should upheld their decision based on that case. Yeah, in that ruling.
So does that mean that the ban does not apply? It only applies to executive appointments? Is that correct?
Although in that case, in that 1998 case, the case was about 2 RTC judges. The situation now is about Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. So it is not under the prohibition stated in the Constitution. And that under that case, in that Valenzuela case, the Supreme Court recognizes that there are imperative needs. There might be some situation where there are needs for the appointment of the president to the justices or chief justice, given that it will affect the overall task of the Supreme Court, as the membership of the Supreme Court is not sufficient to form a quorum, or there have been a lack of membership to decide on a certain case. So under that case, it is also recognized by the Supreme Court that there might other situations that there is an imperative need to appoint a justice, or in this case, Supreme Court Chief Justice.
We in Philconsa believe that the agenda of Mr. Defensor is not clear because, as we all know, he belongs to the same political party as the president.
Alright, I think it's time for us to have a break for a while after these few messages. Magandang umaga. Kasalukuyan po tayong nasa Supreme Court at naglabas na ito ng desisyon ukol sa kakayahan ni Pangulong GMA na mag-appoint ng susunod na Supreme Court Justice sa kabila ng election ban. Kasama po natin ngayon si Attorney Crisostomo Ocampo upang ipaliwanag ang desisyon ng Supreme Court. Magandang umaga, Attorney.
Magandang umaga, Zen. Ang issue ay tungkol sa kapangyarihan ng Presidente upang magtalaga ng isang punong maestrado na miyembro ng Korte Suprema. Ngayon, nagdesisyon ng Korte Suprema base sa intent ng framers ng Constitution. Sinasabi nila na ang election ban ay nag-a-apply lamang sa Department ng Executive at hindi ito nag-e-extend sa Judiciary. Ngayon, sa pagtataguyod ng JBC, nabawasan na daw ang kapangyarihan ng Presidente na mag-appoint ng kung sino-sino lang. At sa makatuwid, ang desisyon ng Supreme Court ay pinapayagan nila yung Presidente na mag-appoint ngayon despite the election ban.
Sa inyong opinion, Attorney, ano po bang masasabi niyo tungkol sa desisyon ng Supreme Court?
Ang desisyon ng Supreme Court ay nag-raise ng doubt sa mga isip ng tao kasi karamihan sa kanila ay inappoint ni Presidente Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. At ngayon, siguro sumusunod lang ito sa mga utos ng nasabing Presidente. Ayun lang naman.
Maraming salamat, Attorney.
Maraming salamat.
Good afternoon, ma'am. It's for you, sir.
Considering that he was nominated by the JBC as he appears to be the most senior, nobody can question such announcement and his eventual appointment. The JBC excluded Associate Justices Antonio Carpio and Conchita Carpio Morales, who stood their ground that the President was barred by the Constitution from making such an appointment. Yes, if we can say that he is beholden to the President, the question is, how could he be beholden if President GMA is no longer the President on June 30? A rejection of his appointment is a rejection of the Supreme Court.
Hello. Oh. Lang niya. Dapat panalo kami ah. The government will regret this. May magagawa pa ba ako?